your lack of faith disturbing.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of The Empire.
I found your lack of faith disturbing.
That loop, though.
Yeah, we're using a new system tonight, and it apparently loops our audio. So, let's try that again. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Empire Radio Podcast. I'm Andrew.
I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Drew.
And welcome to the Empire Radio Wives of the Empire post-Valentine's Day special. It was supposed to be before Valentine's Day. It didn't happen. That's okay. We're here now.
We're actually closer to Valentine's Day, so it's okay.
That is true. Yeah, it's closer in proximity to the actual day. So we hope you had a great Valentine's Day. And if you didn't have a Valentine to celebrate it with, we hope you celebrated yourself because you're worth it. So regardless, I hope your Sunday was great, no matter what day it was. So today is a special episode. Everyone watching in the Twitch stream and later on YouTube, it's going to be pretty obvious what's happening right now. But for those of you that are just listening to the audio version, today's episode is called Wives of the Empire, and that is because in celebration of Valentine's Day, Drew and I have our wives on the podcast. So really quickly, before we dive into the shopkeeping things that we normally do every week, I wanted to introduce my wife, and then Drew is going to introduce his. So making her worldwide podcast debut, my wife, this is Micaiah.
Hello, everybody.
You didn't have like a clap, like yay button.
Remember, I had to re-input all the sounds in right before this because they updated their. Yeah, I'll add it in post.
Oh, okay.
We will do it. Yay!
Yay! All right, and I'm introducing my wife, not podcast review, but on this podcast review, Stephanie.
Hello.
Yay!
Yay! I can't do that very well. It doesn't, and it also doesn't sound good when I do it. So
Yay!
There you go.
there we go. That's much better than my version. So today is gonna be all about the wives answering questions related to Star Wars. Some of which are just like short summary versions of full episodes that we've done in the past. So this should be really fun. But first, you know it, you love it. Social media. We have it. If you didn't know already, we're on the social medias. I sound like
I was gonna say you sound like a grandpa by saying it like that.
I sound like a 72-year-old man. They're on the social medias.
We're on the meets.
We're on social media, and social media is a great way for you to connect with us. So you can head over to Instagram or Facebook, search for @Empire Radio Podcast, all one word, and you will find us. It's the same logo that is pretty much on everything else we do. So just look for the black and white Empire Radio logo, and you will have found us. Another thing is that we are also on YouTube. If you search there's no just search Empire Radio, a Star Wars podcast. You will find us, and you'll be able to follow the stuff that we do on there. We are planning to post more in the near future, but for the time being, Drew is holding down the fort with toy videos, which is great. Because
Not really, though. I haven't posted one in like 3 months.
Well,
like a month.
That would have been the moment to be like, heck yeah, I am.
Heck yeah, I have
Good
two
job,
that I need to edit and put up. Yay.
It takes time. We're all working adults, so.
But this will go live every week, so if you want to see the video version, that is up.
Yeah, correct. And that kind of leads me into the next thing. We stream every single podcast recording that we possibly can live on twitch.tv/Empire Radio. Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. You can calculate the rest yourselves. Pacific is 3 hours behind me, so was that like 6 p.m.? You can do it yourselves, but we do go live every week. And so if you want to jump in, join the chat, it's actually a ton of fun. We've been having a lot of fun since we started doing this. There are a lot of returning viewers that come by every week, but then we have some new ones that show up, and it's just a party. It's a party. There's a lot of fun things that happen. Memes get made, jokes get told. Jeremiah can't see the chat at all because he
Yes.
doesn't have it running, and so a lot of times he gets made fun of.
It's the best.
No, I'm joking. And last but surely not least, we have a Discord, the Imperial Fleet.
Yep.
And it is a lot of fun. If you don't do any of the other things, if you had to choose one, the Discord would be the thing that I would say you need to jump in, because it is the closest, most direct way to get in contact with the three of us and the other fans. We already have Jeremiah, 26, 28
Something like that, yeah.
people or so. We have quite a few people. I'd say like a solid 10 people that are consistently active in there too. And so we talk about a lot of things related to Star Wars that we don't talk about here. And sometimes, if you listen to last week's episode, we get podcast ideas directly from the Discord,
Yep.
and then we do them. So head over to the link in our Instagram bio, as well as the link that is pinned on our Facebook page. You can click that link. It's an invite link, and you can start the process of joining the Discord. So all that to say, there are a lot of ways to get in contact with us, and we wouldn't be Empire Radio without all of you. So
Yeah.
without further ado, do either of you have anything before
No,
we
if
fly on over?
you are watching currently or plan on watching on Twitch, make sure you hit that follow button too, because that will help us out in the future with other things as well. So just hit that follow button, and yeah, that would be awesome.
Oh, one quick thing. It's Doug Chang's birthday today.
Cool.
Please tell me you know who Doug Chang is.
What's that guy that works on Star Wars?
Oh my gosh.
It's the artist.
Yeah.
Correct. He is
Yes, I got it.
I would say, to put things simply, he is this generation's Ralph McQuarrie
Yes.
when it comes to Star Wars concept design.
He's the one that came up with using the idea in episode 2 of Mandalorian season 2.
Correct.
Yes.
Of the spiders.
Yes.
Yeah, he is responsible for I would say a vast majority more of the Star Wars designs than you think he is. He's the artist when it comes to Star Wars. So, anyways, why don't we just jump to the chase? We're gonna fly on over, and Jeremiah is gonna take it. You guys ready?
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
So, this was my idea a while ago, to have some special guests, the wives, because there's always reference to them in the episodes. So sometimes it's kind of funny. Sometimes it's like, oh, I wonder more about these people. But what's so funny to you two? You guys are laughing up a storm over there.
No, it's because
that loop.
just keep going.
It's funny because I can't hear that stuff going on, just so you know.
Oh,
We'll figure it out next week. But I can't hear the soundboard,
Oh.
which is weird.
Huh.
So, but anywho, so I thought it would be great to have the wives, Stephanie and Micaiah. So I know Stephanie. I know of Micaiah. I've interacted with her a little bit when we were setting up Andrew's surprise Darth Revan lightsaber gift. But that's the extent of my interaction with Micaiah. But I figured, I think a lot of people want to know these two wives. So we came up with some discussion topics of just based off stuff we've already talked about in Star Wars ourselves, like our big top, ranking ones and whatnot. So I figured do the same things because I don't want to, put any wedges between these relationships with their rankings, but hopefully it'll be very insightful tonight.
Yeah, I think it will be.
So, one of the first podcasts that we did together was we talked about our Star Wars fandom story, how we became fans of Star Wars and whatnot, and what that means to us. So I figured, what better way to start off with that? So, McKay or Stephanie, who wants to go first with their Star Wars story?
That's on you guys. Don't look at me.
Okay, fine. Micaiah, you go first.
There we go.
Okay. I actually had to call my mom and ask because my memory is terrible. So in between 10 and 12 years old, my mom had us all watch Star Wars. She's awesome. Single mom, 5 kids. I'm the oldest and the only girl. My little brother Zachary, he's actually in the chat. But he's also a huge fan of Star Wars. And between him and Andrew, I think, because I've known Andrew since I was in the 8th grade. So between my youngest brother and Andrew, Star Wars has just been a part of my life since I was 10, 11, or 12. And it's kind of like Harry Potter. That's the other fandom for us. But it's just kind of encompassed our marriage, I think. But it adds a lot of value.
That sounds a little strong.
It's
That
not
one's pretty aggressive.
well, it's like K-pop.
In a good way, though. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I think it's brought a lot of value. And we have a lot of commonality, which is nice. I think sometimes in relationships you can kind of feel like, oh, what do we have in common? And thankfully, we have a lot of fandom stuff in common. We're pretty big nerds.
Cool.
So yeah, that's it.
Stephanie?
My Star Wars stories. I feel like, okay, my brother claims that we've watched Star Wars as kids. I don't remember watching Star Wars as a kid at all. Okay, I think it was the first year we were married, and Andrew was like, "Have you seen Star Wars?" And I told him, "No, I've never seen Star Wars. I don't remember anything about Star Wars."
You were married for a year
Yeah.
and he didn't know this about you?
True.
True.
I know. It was risky.
That was actually one of the questions on the altar that
I know.
the minister asked Micaiah as a qualification for marriage.
Well, we got married outside in
That was
December.
a joke, by the way. That didn't...
So
Oh yeah,
In
you were
Minnesota.
Like,
in
we gotta get this
Minnesota,
done.
it was
This is supposed to be
20
Stephanie's story.
All right, Stephanie, continue.
No, I think, okay, we watched on May 4th, and I did not enjoy it because they had commentary throughout the entire movie. And I was sitting there, okay, I'm trying to understand the storyline, but you guys are all having commentaries about every little thing that's happening. That's throwing me off. And that's why I did not like Star Wars after that. I was like, oh, it was okay. But yeah,
Interesting.
that is how I watch Star Wars. I don't know if
That's
that
not-
made me a fan. I don't think that made me a fan.
So what did make you a fan?
I don't think I'm a fan of Star Wars because I can't remember anything that happened. I really can't.
Drew's
Okay,
face
I
right now.
remember. I just remember the parts I don't like. That's it.
Oh, that's good. At least you remember that.
Stephanie, I feel you on the commentary
Yeah.
because we've had conversations. Like I will go too deep. Like we'll be watching Clone Wars and I'll be like, oh yeah, and I'll pause it and I'll be like, did you know that this and this? And she's like, can you please just hit play? Like I'm not.
Yeah.
This is cool. It sounds, I'm glad you know these things, but you need to hit
I
play.
feel like if somebody asks a question, like, it's whatever. But it was like throughout the entire movie, like, yeah, I don't know why they did this. They should have done this. Oh my gosh, this was my favorite part because of this and this and that. I'm like,
It was me, my cousin, and we
Yeah.
also
and Jess.
She also did a mission that we did 24-hour May 4th. Like we watched all of them at once.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
And so half of that was probably sleepy, and so yeah, her
Was
first
that-
introduced.
Was that before episode 7 came out? You guys married?
Yes.
When
Oh,
you-
it was
I
way
think-
before.
Yeah, it was right before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was before 7. Yeah.
Oh, so it was like the May the 4th.
Yeah, it was
Of
May 4th
2015?
of
Yep.
2015.
mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, but Stephanie, I have to ask you, how do you feel about all the the toys that that Drew buys?
My bank account says what's happening every day.
All right, well, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. All right, so one of the best things about Star Wars is the wide range of different characters and personalities of characters and what they add to the Star Wars story. So, what are your guys' 3 favorite Star Wars characters of all time? How would you rank them? Micaiah?
Well, Jeremiah, I hear you and I have this in common, but Ahsoka is my all-time favorite. But
Awesome.
very, very close would be Leia. And then Grogu, of course. Baby Yoda.
let's go.
Dang. That's pretty cool. So why would you? Obviously, I know why Ahsoka's number 1. Like, you don't even have to explain that.
Come on.
But Leia and Grogu, why would you have those in your top?
So with Leia, well, I know you don't really read the books.
Dang, shots fired.
Okay, 1, I didn't tell her to say that, and 2, I didn't pay her to say that. That was completely.
But
off the
I
cuff.
did. So your check's coming in the mail. Miguel.
Oh.
I really hear this like every week when they're doing this podcast. Like, yeah, he doesn't read the books. But yeah, so I've read Bloodline, and then what's the other one?
Princess of Alderaan.
Yes. So I would say not even based on the movies, but more so the books, just her character being fleshed out. And there's so many details between her and Han's relationship that kind of remind me of like the way that we act sometimes. It's just, it's awesome. She's incredible, incredibly powerful. And I just bow down to her, even though she's a princess, she's like a queen.
All right.
Nice.
What about Grogu?
Grogu is
He's
just,
new
I
to
mean,
the whole thing. Like,
he's cute, like
Yeah.
and powerful, and also
oh,
The child.
They're not going to be able to see
Child
it because
Here
of
we
the
see
filter.
it.
we see
Let's
it. Oh, close enough. Close enough. Grogu toy.
Oh, that's the
Yeah,
child.
it's like one of our favorite things, and we just got the little brick heads.
Oh
The
yeah.
Lego. It's like the Lego version of Funko Pop. Kind
Okay.
of. It's a stretch to say that, but we got the Mandalorian and Grogu, and she put Grogu together.
Awesome. All right, Stephanie. Your 3 top favorite Star Wars characters of all time.
Okay, me and Andrew were trying to figure this out, but he told me that the things I chose doesn't define character.
What I did?
Yeah, okay, because I chose droids.
Oh well, yeah. You have to pick one. You have to pick one.
And then he was like, what? That's it? I was like, yeah. So,
So your top 3 are just all droids?
yeah, I said, what if I just like the droids? And he said, no, it's not a character.
So you don't have any other ones?
I forgot his name in Rogue One, the Asian guy.
Chirrut Imwe?
Yeah,
You mean Donnie Yin?
Yeah.
right?
That
I'm like,
too.
I only know him as Donnie Yen, but I just like him because I think he made Rogue One good.
Ooh, that's a big claim there.
Look, if you're a fan of I'm a fan of Donnie Yin.
Yeah.
I agree. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
Actually, but only because of all the other stuff he's been in.
Like, if they made a spin-off show about him, that'd be a good
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. That's cool. But do you have a favorite droid though?
Okay, I like K2SO. I think
Also from
he's pretty
Rogue One.
BA. But then I
Yes.
also love BB-8 because he's just so cute.
He is. But we'll probably be getting some more K2SO content when the Cassian Andor show comes
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
In
Sure.
next year, I think it is.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. so
look forward to that, Stephanie. We're gonna need your insight if you like his origin story.
True, true.
All right. The biggest question that people can ask a Star Wars fan is how they rank the movies. The most divisive, like, I remember when we did ours, there was a lot of disagreement. But what are your guys? How do you rank your movies? So you can do all the movies, all 11 movies, or you can do your top 3 and your bottom, your least favorite. So Micaiah, start from the bottom.
Start from the bottom.
And work your way up to the best. We want the big reveal at the number 1.
Okay. The Last Jedi.
Which is understandable. Like, no one's going to disagree with you on that one.
Yeah, it's fair.
At least here in this podcast.
Yeah.
The Rise of Skywalker. The Force Awakens. Rogue One. Solo. Attack of the Clones. We'll get to that later.
Ooh.
Revenge of the Sith. Return of the Jedi. Phantom Menace. The Empire Strikes Back. And A New Hope.
Dang.
Okay, hold on. Wait a second. So
Dang.
I didn't help her make this list. These are her own opinions. I thought Attack of the Clones was your like ultimate least favorite movie.
No.
She's smarter than that.
It's
Come
not.
on.
It's my least favorite.
Could you put it above Solo and Rogue One?
Yeah, I mean, but I'd still rather watch it.
Dang.
Than Solo or Rogue One?
I can't believe that Rogue One and Revenge of the Sith are so low on your list. That is
True.
Considering Rogue One and Revenge of the Sith are literally my 2 and 3.
True.
dang.
But I do respect A New Hope being her favorite. So.
Jeremiah only agrees with half of A New Hope being her favorite. You don't know? I've told you about this.
Wait, is this the trash?
Yes,
thing?
yes,
Yeah,
the trash
it's
thing.
trash
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Wow. So, what was your number 1 again? A New Hope. So why is that your favorite?
I mean, it just is. How do you?
That's
You
all we
know,
need. That's all we
feeling.
need.
Would you say there's a major nostalgia factor when you first got introduced? That was the first one you watched, and so
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think the first one that you watch really feels like home. And so if I ever have to pick one to go back to, that's the one.
interesting.
Would you say Tatooine feels like home to you? Because it does to me sometimes.
Yet you live in Minnesota.
Because I dream for
It's like
better
literally
things.
the polar
I
opposite.
dream for better things.
All right, Stephanie. What are your rankings?
Okay, so I'm doing the trilogy.
What's your favorite trilogy instead?
Oh wait, no, that's the other one. What a top 3 Star Wars movie. Oh, I don't even know. Okay, I know I like Rogue One.
Okay.
That's your favorite.
Yeah, that's probably the one I could probably watch.
Awesome. All right.
That I really can't remember the rest.
They all blur together for you.
They really do. But I think it's because Drew makes me watch it all at once, all the time.
Oh.
Like every May 4th. And then I'm just like, oh, it's all warped in one movie. Okay, I'm trying to remember Han Solo.
The Solo movie, the one that I stood up and screamed. 'cause
Oh,
of
yeah.
Mom.
Oh, yeah.
See, she remembers the moments more than the actual. My
Okay,
reactions
that one
more
was
than anything.
that one was good too. I just wish they picked a different actor. But
For Han.
yeah,
See,
I
she listens to me.
I didn't like that actor.
That's fair.
Okay.
And then I don't know what would be my third one. Oh my gosh, I can't.
I
Well, if
see
you
the
can't
one
think of
that.
third one, what is your least favorite movie? Can you just think of that? Like which one do you just?
There's
hate
only
watching?
one right answer to this.
Okay, I would have to say, wait, what? The last 3 trilogy that just happened.
Well, that's all your least favorite, yes.
Yeah.
So that's your bottom 3 is the last trilogy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Oh,
know. I think
okay.
it could have been better.
Right. Well, then that leads us.
Yeah, we agree.
All agree.
Yeah.
So that leads us to the next question: is how would you rank the 3 trilogies? The originals, the prequels, and the sequels. Micaiah?
I actually used this to do my full ranking, but it's the original trilogy, then the prequels, and then I threw the anthology films in there because
Ooh.
I love those, and then the sequels.
All right. Stephanie?
Literally the same.
Okay.
I felt that last trilogy was meh.
No, it
Yeah.
was meh.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. So after that, let's talk about your favorite moments in Star Wars. Micaiah?
Okay.
This is a controversial one because it's a little different than we were expecting.
Okay, first of all, if anybody knows anything about this podcast and me, nobody is going to see this as a surprise.
Right.
I mean,
So-
I saw it as a surprise.
But did you really, though, when you put it together?
Well, no. I was
Right.
really proud,
Oh, yeah, I was too.
but still surprised.
So she made me really proud with this one. So I'm going to, you just talk about it.
Yes. Okay. Spoiler, if you haven't read Bloodline, it won't be, you probably won't find it like super important, but I did. So the Senate finds out that Leia is the daughter of Vader. And now, if it were me or anyone else, we'd probably be like, okay, time to go right off with Han Solo on one of
Peace
his
out.
many adventures, peace. But instead, she goes to a party. Barish Bickley's party.
For the record, I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, who is that?
It's one of the others. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Read the book, Andrew.
So she's getting ready, and this is short. She'd known it would be like this. The only way to get through it, she decided, was through a little dark humor of her own, which took the form of the long black dress she wore, cape and all. If they only wanted to see her as Vader's daughter from now on, why not look the part?
Dang.
Oh.
So she goes to this party with everyone there. They found out that she is Vader's daughter. And this woman is like, well, you're going to get what you want. And she dresses in all black, cape and all.
And that's canon, too.
That's cool.
And that's canon.
That's a cool little moment.
That's pretty
Yeah.
sweet, actually.
She's
That-
pretty awesome.
Who did Claudia Gray wrote that book, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense, because she's the GOAT. But yeah.
Yeah, Drew's favorite book is Lost Stars.
You should read it.
Which is
You
also-
should read
which
it.
is also by...
You should read it.
Yeah, we have that one.
All right. Stephanie,
Favorite
moment in Star Wars?
Obviously, I kind of talked about this already. It would be in Rogue One, when Donnie Yen poses his martial arts
Being blind, too.
and
Yeah.
being blind. Yeah.
That's a good moment. That's one of
That's
the
a
best moments
good
in the whole
moment.
movie. So, and everyone was waiting for it too, because everyone knew he was in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
they
we only
did.
saw like half a second in the trailer of him hitting one stormtrooper, but it was a good scene, especially when he smashes the foot and says, "Is your foot okay?" Like that was a good scene.
Yeah, you can't... Like, I feel like you can't put Donnie Yen in a movie and not allow him to do at least a little bit of martial arts.
Right.
Right.
So
That's his
I love
own.
that scene. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so ladies, what is your least favorite moment in Star Wars?
I think I know yours.
I think I know.
I've
Mc-
talked
I think I know
about this before.
Micaiah's.
Yeah.
But Micaiah, what is your least favorite moment in Star Wars?
Oh, Attack of the Clones. I literally cringe I have to like turn off any part with Anakin and Padme and their awful dialogue and just like mannerisms. The whole thing
The
is
rolling.
just terrible. It's awful.
What about the sand speech when he kind of
Yeah.
presses?
It gets everywhere.
No.
No.
Her outfits were awesome.
Yeah,
I loved
she.
her outfits. But it was the rest of it. If I mute it, maybe it's not as bad and like close my eyes a little bit, squint, but it ruins the whole film for me. It really does.
Now
Yeah.
that's Attack of the Clones, but how do you feel about their interaction in Revenge of the Sith? Like, where it's still the same two actors, and do you think it's just as awkward, or do you think that they improved in their
It's
chemistry?
less awkward.
Less awkward, but still
Yeah.
awkward?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Stephanie, what's your least favorite moment in Star Wars?
What did you want to guess?
I was gonna say your probably least favorite moment is I don't know. I'll let you say it. I was gonna say something, but I don't want to say it and then.
Say it.
So I think your least favorite moment would have to be Rose getting that necklace or whatever, like Rose and her sister's interaction, and why they picked Rose instead of her sister. Like, because Stephanie, when we saw that movie, she always complained that those roles should be switched because the actresses, she liked Rose's sister more.
She was more BA, I felt like.
like
That's why.
than Rose.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so when they swapped,
s-
she was pretty upset. I remember the whole movie watching the trailer, and I was focused on how horrible everything else was, but the whole time she's like, I don't like Rose. I don't like her. I was like, that's not why I'm pissed right now.
Well, if you're gonna make movies like this, have strong characters. Like that's like how I watch things. I'm like
Right.
too weak. Next,
But do you think it's
Oh.
her as an actress or just the writing?
it's the character.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say my least favorite moment was when Kylo Ren and
Do it.
Keep
Wait.
going.
You can do it.
when Kylo Ren and Rey kissed.
Yes.
Oh, God. I feel like Drew told you to say that.
No, because I would have picked that.
No, because Andrew's like, no, okay, so Drew watched it, and I didn't watch it, and he goes, something terrible happens in there, and I'm like, what? He goes, you have to watch for yourself, and I'm like, just tell me. And then he tells me, and I'm like, I don't believe you. So we go and watch it, and then it happens, and I was like, really? Like, really? What?
Oh,
I thought she had a thing for Finn.
We all did.
Yeah, we all did. And so did most of the cast. But we know how
the
that
way
went.
you two said that, it sounded like we all had a thing for Finn. The way you.
well,
We
said
did.
that.
We all
Attractive
did.
man.
I didn't have
Boyega is
a thing for
attractive
Finn.
man.
I had
Have
a
you
thing
heard
for
his
Rey,
real
but
voice, Jeremiah?
Oh yeah.
Was it British?
Woo!
No,
Actually,
I thought
sorry
that
to
that
any
was
of
where
our
they were
British
going.
fans out there, but I'm not a fan of the British accent.
Okay.
I
we
like
did
the
not need to
Irish.
go there.
The Irish accent is probably my
Ooh, that's fair.
favorite
Oh wow, that's a hot
English
take.
dialect. Like, huh?
The one
You're
that
just
sounds like
insulting all of our British listeners.
Okay.
That's fine.
But our Irish listeners,
Raylo.
you got a special
No.
place in my heart. All right. But all right, Stephanie, that's a definitely. I'm not surprised that was.
I
you.
think
I'll-
okay, maybe they had like some significance to that, but it didn't make sense to me.
Right. I don't
No,
think it made
you're-
sense to
yeah,
anyone,
right.
but
Yeah.
I don't hate it as much as most because I understood it as a celebratory kiss, not a romantic kiss.
you're like the only person I know, but yeah.
And I
But-
feel like you only think that because Drew told us in the novel it says
No,
it's a celebratory
I
kiss.
knew that from the start because there's no reason to like instantly.
That's
there's-
why it doesn't make sense.
No, you're right. The kiss doesn't make sense, but I'm saying I understood the kiss was supposed to be a celebratory kiss, not a romantic kiss, because there was nothing in the movies to suggest a romantic kiss. So I knew it was celebratory.
Yeah, that's just the very reason why I hated it. But I'm glad, you know what? I'm glad that you got that because, like, for once, you're the one pulling the positive opinion out of
True.
No, I'm not okay. I'm not saying
And it's
I
not me.
like
'Cause
it.
normally I'm that guy. You know?
I'm not saying I liked it. I'm saying I
Oh.
understood it.
Oh, okay.
Andrew, was that a weird flex?
I don't. It
You
wasn't
were
intended
the
to be.
positive guy.
Okay.
All right. So the last question I have is, how do you guys feel about the music of Star Wars? We had a long discussion about the music of Star Wars and how, Star Wars wouldn't be what it is today without the music that John Williams wrote for Star Wars. And so, how do you guys feel about the music of Star Wars? Is it really integral
There's
to
no
the
pressure. There's no
the
pressure
success of Star Wars?
at all
John
on
Williams
my side.
might be listening, just so you know.
Well, no, I'm also not a musician, so I'm not biased.
Unlike Andrew, I actually have no pressure on you, so you're
Wow.
fine.
Micaiah?
He was really setting that up.
Yeah, that
Like
was.
I was going to hate it, but he should know this because when I was in college, I listened to Star Wars, Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I think those were the only two like movie soundtracks when I had to write exegesis papers and all that stuff.
Ooh,
It's
I
like
always enjoyed I
Jeremiah
always
immediately
enjoyed.
perks up. He's like, "Did someone say exegesis?"
I really enjoyed those papers in college. But anyway,
no, but really, I mean, it's great for studying, but also for me personally, I think anytime, and Andrew will tell you, I will just like start crying as soon as like the screen crawl hits in Star Wars and the music starts. I'm just a baby because
Dang.
it really, the music really tells its own story in a way, and it kind of prepares you and even leads you into parts of the story. So each of the characters' motifs, I think as you watch the movies more and more, there are different things that you pick up each time, and they carry into the different movies. So it's really beautiful, and I don't think there will ever be music created again that will be able to match Star Wars. Honestly,
whoa, that's
like as a whole, or just for cinema?
for cinema.
Oh, gotcha. You've apparently never heard the soundtrack for Frozen 2, then.
Oh no, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay.
so.
I haven't either. I still haven't seen that movie.
We all know Frozen 1's the GOAT, so there's no.
So, Micaiah, your least favorite moment in Star Wars is Attack of the Clones interaction between Anakin and Padme. What is your thoughts on their love theme across the stars? Do you remember that theme at all?
Well, the music is completely separate.
So, but do
it
you
tells its own story.
do you think it tells a better story than the visual aspect?
100%.
Okay. So, Stephanie, what are your thoughts on the music of Star Wars?
I mean, I think that's what makes Star Wars Star Wars. I
Yeah.
think he's a really great writer. I think I understood John Williams more when we watched behind the scenes of Home Alone and how he does things. I think he's a really great composer. But the Star Wars music by itself, I mean, I'm not like Micaiah, sorry. That would just distract me the whole time.
Oh yeah.
There will be no exegesis paper done. There won't be. But yeah, I think Star Wars music is good. I think it really makes the movie its own, because when people listen to it, they know exactly what that song is from.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I think for the reason why she said that, like, the Home Alone, like, that take, because her favorite Christmas movie is Home Alone. And, like, that is a movie that she grew up on as a kid, like, always watching constantly. And then when she found out that, like, John Williams, when she realized, like, he wrote the music for that reason, and, like, the breakdown of that.
And how he just does it, it's like, oh, it really
It made
makes
her
sense.
think about all the other stuff that he has done.
Yeah.
And it kind of, like, glass shattered her mind about
Yeah.
everything.
Because that Home Alone song is going to be our doorbell.
I respect
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, anything John Williams
Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
apply into real life, I'm fine with that. Good, good for you.
Awesome. Well, that's all the questions I have. Do any of you ladies have any final thoughts about Star Wars? About the podcast? About your husbands in Star Wars?
Oh no.
These
No.
podcast episodes are way too long. You need to slow down. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I definitely agree with that.
To be fair, we do try to leave it at an hour,
Yeah.
but sometimes it goes like an hour and a half, 2 hours, or I think the longest one was 2.5 hours.
Jeremiah, let's be real. Our average right now is like 2 hours.
Yeah.
It feels short if it's under 2 hours to me.
Yeah.
Like
So-
we're hitting at 45 minutes right now, and that's not actually, it's like 40 minutes because 5 of those minutes was the countdown, and I feel like we haven't even started yet.
Yeah. Normally this is just about the point where we give a spoiler warning and then we dive in deeper.
Yeah. Well, how about
This is
this?
about the point that I start going to bed without my husband.
Oh.
But then I can't go to sleep. I can't go to sleep. So I hear you guys, and then he gets done. Then he edits, and then he comes to bed, and all I think about is all the Star Wars that I just heard, which is not terrible. It's not. At least the podcast is funny, and you guys are doing a great job.
We all know you're
And
just
you know,
dying
the thing is,
laughing in the
you only
background.
hear what Andrew has to say. You don't even know what the
Yes.
other 2/3
Yeah, it is really funny because like I would say 98% of the time on Tuesdays, normally I take a quick break before I start editing these just to come out and say hey. Just like, hey, how you doing? You good? I'm good. I'm done. You know, that sort of a thing. But then what I am met with normally is her asleep on the couch underneath a blanket. And then this is right around the time that our cat Cheeto, who's he loves to cuddle. He's actually asleep a foot away from us on top of the desk because he really likes sleeping near her. So a lot of times I'll come out of the bedroom and she's like half asleep or asleep, you know, watching a K-drama or something. And then all of a sudden Cheeto has positioned himself on top of her and he's in like all sorts of weird, like sometimes he'll be upside down with his paws up like this, or like he'll be curled up into a ball. So it's actually really cute, but then I feel a little bad. I'm like, oh, you're still waiting for me, aren't you? I'll be done editing soon. So
Yeah, no, it's very normal for me to be editing and getting texts like, "Are you almost done yet? Are you on your way home?" And I'm like, "Yes, uploading to YouTube."
Okay, because I've never slept by myself my entire life. So it's really weird to be in a bed alone. Even with Ahsoka there.
Because you guys don't know, she has
I have 9 siblings.
9 siblings, and she grew up with like sisters who always just
We're always sleeping in the same bed.
yeah.
Interesting.
So that's why I always text Andrew, are you done yet? Are you done yet? Like, I'm tired.
Because she
I
can't
gotta work
sleep.
early. I literally can't sleep.
well, it was funny when I used to come over there when I lived in Minnesota. It was kind of a similar situation, except it would be me. She didn't text me a ton, but it would be me, like desperately trying to update her so she knew. I'd be like, I promise I'm coming home soon. But then we get into a discussion. It would be really
Yeah.
good.
I remember those early days when you would
Yeah.
be like nervous, like,
And
"I'm
like
sorry, babe,
45
I'm
minutes
almost
later,
there."
I'm like, oh, I'm coming home right now. But then that would be the time that I'd have to get gas. And so I'd be like,
Oh no.
and then I'd call her, and of course, you know, she answers the phone, and she's like, "Hello." I'm on my way home. Okay. And then she just hangs up, you know.
They always
Funny.
have to get gas
Dude, it's not
after
our
the
fault.
podcast.
Right.
Out of any other day. That's Andrew all the time. I'm getting gas. I'm like, you couldn't have gotten gas yesterday, this morning, when you knew you were gonna drive long?
But see,
It's a Jeep thing. It's a Jeep thing.
I wouldn't say it's a Jeep thing. I would just say, like, I look at the gas gauge, and I'm like, I got enough to get there. And I just don't think about it
Oh
at all.
gosh.
But anyways.
Well, I have a weird question for Micaiah that has nothing to do with Star Wars. And I feel like Andrew might have the same question for Stephanie, so I'll start. Micaiah, what is your favorite K-pop group, and why?
Okay. Okay, hold on. Context. Really quickly. So, Micaiah, and you can provide your own context, Drew. Mm-hmm. I don't know how similar the stories are going to be, but Micaiah got into K-pop really heavily through BTS, who many of you will probably know because they're kind of a big deal globally now. And now that's like pretty much, it's like 85% of the music for her, it's like 100% of the music you listen to. But for me, it's like a solid 85 or 90% of the music that I listen to. So we don't talk about it a lot on the podcast, but we're so involved in it that we could probably have like our own podcast with our wives if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so hard, actually.
No, it's not.
Well, is my brother still in the chat?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I went strictly off of the amount of their music that I consume, it would 100% be Winner. Right under them, though, is a newer group, like 2 years old, baby group, 80s. They are my fave. But Winner is a bit older, more mature, and like they have zero skips. Like you can go on Spotify, search the This Is Winner or whatever playlist, and I just listen to it. I probably listen to it 5 times a day back to back while I'm working.
She does.
All right.
So, Drew, I know yours is Monsta X.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie, what's yours?
Okay, I grew up with K-pop, but I feel like I grew up with Asian pop, and but I don't know. I feel like I like a lot of the older ones, and currently, I'm not really listening to groups. I'm listening to more like solo artists.
Yeah.
I just started getting into the girl groups or girl solo artists, and I don't know, who have I been listening to lately? That's a group. I feel like the last one I've listened to was part of BTS and Big Bang. Like, I mean, if I was going to pick one to go to a concert, it would be that, like Big Bang or BTS.
How many of those concerts have you been to? This is a real question.
Well, we were supposed to go to BTS twice.
Micaiah.
We were all supposed to go together.
Yeah, we
not
were.
together.
Stephanie, I don't know if Drew told you, but she had tickets for the same show.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Or still does.
We still do.
Yeah.
We both still do.
Yeah. That's
Jeremiah.
sad.
I feel like Jeremiah is like slowly leaning farther back. He's just not going to be there anymore. The more we talk about this.
Sorry, listeners. Like, it's not anything about Star Wars, but when the recording button's off, most of the time, me and Andrew are talking about K-pop or something.
That is
and
true.
And Jeremiah's like, "Can we not?"
but I did say the one group that I have listened to that I don't hate listening to. Can you girls think of who I would listen to that I actually enjoy?
Blackpink.
Yeah.
The second we got done recording, I told her about that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I heard, what was that song? "Kill This Love." I really like that song. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, my brother-in-law, is freaking out in the chat right now because he doesn't like Blackpink.
I like the brass instruments in that song, and it's very instrumental, and I like instrumental music. So if you want to convert me to your favorite genre of music, it has to be very melodic and have good sound. So
You must love the Inception soundtrack.
I do.
That
is a very good soundtrack. Yeah.
I don't know. I listen to Blackpink too, but I feel like it's because it's catchy, but they're repetitive.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Like their music is repetitive, and I'm like, that's why it's catchy, because they just do the same thing.
A great girl group, if anyone wants to check them out. Dreamcatcher.
Oh, yeah?
I would agree with that. But that can be for our K-pop. podcast. On a more Star Wars related note, some of you have probably seen the video where I'm playing through the Bad Batch song, and I have the helmet. So I have a Stormtrooper helmet, and it's sitting over here on my desk normally, and my cat that we were just talking about has been trying to get comfy this whole time. I don't know if you guys heard like a loud kind of bang noise a few minutes ago. He spread himself out and he pushed it back and it fell against the window. It's fine. But
Okay.
anyways.
But any other final thoughts for this first ever Wives of the Empire podcast? I'll take that as a
What did the guys think?
of having their spouses on.
I thought it was a blast. And I also think it's really dangerous because it makes me want to rabbit trail more.
Yeah.
Because the K-pop conversation, like, I get really excited. Like, I'm holding it back.
I can
like,
tell you're holding it back right now.
I could talk about K-pop almost as to the same extent that I could Star Wars or like music related stuff. And so having her here is honestly probably not good for me staying on track. But I had a blast. I had a fun time. So. Hey, wait a second, Jeremiah. Oh, actually, Stephanie needs to give her opinion, and then we have a listener question.
Wait, my opinion on what?
Or Drew, you give your opinion on having Stephanie. Sorry.
It was fun. At least I know for sure I'm not gonna get a text on where I am and how far I'm gonna be today. So that is a plus. But yeah, like kind of what Andrew said, like K-pop podcasts, you know, just processing things.
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
No, it's really fun, and it I feel like for a listener it kind of describes me and Andrew a little bit more. And like we kept saying that throughout like this weeks leading up to this, but I didn't really think it would, but it actually really does. So yeah,
Cool.
it was fun.
So we have a question from a returning listener, T. You know her, you love her.
Yep.
From the Discord. And she wants to know, could you ask the ladies about their least favorite characters?
Oh.
Who's your least favorite character?
Micaiah wasn't.
We never did that for
prepared
us.
necessarily.
Maybe we need to do that.
No,
one
but that's a
for
good idea.
least favorite character. I already know
Yeah.
Drew, so we don't even have to.
Yeah, we know Drew's Broom Kid.
Broom Kid.
I totally forgot that was a character, but yeah,
And then
I'll take
just
it.
under Broom Kid, the
Brian
Mythrol.
Johnson. Oh, what?
Oh
Oh.
my gosh.
Oh.
That's fired. But yeah, you didn't prepare this one ahead of time.
Okay, so we've been rewatching Clone Wars recently,
Yeah.
and I would just say, one, I freaking love Clone Wars. I could watch it probably a million times and never get
You're
tired.
making Jeremiah really happy.
Oh, well, I'm glad. But anytime there are banking clan members, I'm just like I don't know what it is, but I cannot stand them. I'm like,
Is it the banking clan or the trade federation?
well, both. I mean, any of them, they're all terrible. And they look gross. Like the characters themselves, I just believe like if you're ugly on the inside in Star Wars, you're ugly on the outside. too.
Dang.
That's just how it is.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen Jabba?
I will say though
That was a good
I
one. That was a
actually
good one.
like Zero the Hutt's character surprisingly.
Oh.
It's the
I don't know
accent. It's the
why.
accent. It's the accent.
Yeah.
It's the accent.
What
He
about?
he has like a deep Louisiana accent.
Yeah,
And
it
it's really
reminds me of
comical,
like
yeah.
my cousins.
What
It's
about
really-
Zero's mom? What do you feel
They're
about?
from
how do you feel
Louisiana.
about her?
Oh.
We're not going to talk about her. Okay, we're just going to leave her out of this.
Stephanie,
yeah.
what is your least favorite Star Wars character?
It would be Jabba. I hate that scene. Like, I literally will vomit every time Andrew watches it. I'm like, I just can't.
It could.
I think it's because he ties Leia, and it's just like, oh, like that's not even just a scene. That's like real life to some people,
Oh,
and so it just grosses me
yeah.
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought of another one. I don't remember the name, but it's the Inquisitor that Ahsoka beats.
And
The girl.
The one for
Or-
the crystals.
Oh shoot. It's okay. So it's one of the
it's
Inquisitors.
in Rebels, right?
No. Because she Ahsoka beats the Inquisitor in the Ahsoka novel. So McKay has read that one as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
a novel book. Jeremiah's not gonna know.
I don't know
I
that.
don't know anything about books.
Of all the Star Wars books, that's the one I should read, but I haven't
True.
Shoot. It was like some obscure like number. It was like
7?
no, 7th is in Rebels, is it? 7th sister is I don't
know. There's 2 female Inquisitors in Jedi Fallen Order, and then
Yeah.
1 in Rebels.
yeah.
But
Yeah. So it's one of the Inquisitors. I feel like that's a discussion for another day. About the Inquisitors. We have a few more questions.
okay.
Midichlorians or Yoda's explanation of the Force?
There's only one right answer, honey.
Who is who?
What is what? What's metachlorians?
That's fine. Just go with Yoda's version, and
No,
we'll.
Yeah.
No.
They're-
Go with
I'm
metachlorian
not even-
version.
Wait, what?
That's
No.
the best version.
No.
What?
I'm always gonna side with Yoda. Just
What?
They're both sides of they're 2 sides to the same coin. Like,
No. Yeah. Okay, Jeremiah, you're right. You're technically right.
We're gonna have a long conversation on the way home. I'll explain what metachlorians are.
I'm sorry, Stephanie.
No, you're good.
Okay, so that's good.
This is me on the way home. I'm not going back.
Favorite lightsaber color?
white. We didn't talk about this,
ooh.
but we were going to talk about the hilts.
Oh, right.
And since we're on lightsabers, I will tell you, I need to have the dark saber.
The dark saber.
Oh, that's your favorite?
It is my favorite, and Ahsoka's.
Ah.
It's like right there. They're neck and neck for sure.
Oh gosh. I like the dark saber too. I had that in my top 2. I think Ahsoka's was the number 1, but Ahsoka's from Clone Wars, not from Rebels.
I can't believe you don't like those.
I didn't say I don't like them. I'm saying I like those ones more.
Okay, so with to back Jeremiah up, at least the one I held in person at Galaxy's Edge, I definitely will prefer the Clone Wars Ahsoka over the Rebels one. I feel like the Rebel ones are so fat and just bulky, but
I actually love the Rebels ones personally. And I'll tell you, it's because of the unique shape, but also the fact that it was made from material that she collected on her travels. And I just think that's so cool. Like, how unique is that?
It's like listening to
just stop.
another version
Just
of me.
I knew you were gonna
Like,
say that.
actually, in this book,
Oh,
they did this thing.
Okay, we already had one answer. We don't need 2.
But Stephanie, your favorite color for a lightsaber?
Oof, I don't know either. Okay, I really like the Ray's color, but then the more I think about it, the more
Wait, the yellow.
The yellow
orange one?
yeah.
Or orange yellow, yeah.
But then the more I like think about it, the more I feel like that's so weak. After seeing Ahsoka's in The Mandalorian, I was like, oh, that's what it should have been like. Like after
Yeah.
you go through all of that, that's how you should be like. That's celebratory.
All right, that's good. I like your answer.
Yeah. If I had to pick, like if I somehow was transported into the Star Wars universe and was given a lightsaber and they're like, hey, you can choose your color, it would probably be that white color. For sure. We had another question. Hayden Christensen or Adam Driver?
I think like
What's
For
the
a-
context?
I feel like for like a crush. I think it's a crush thing. Like if you had to have a crush, Hayden Christensen or Adam Driver, there's only one correct answer for this one, just so you know.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
I was not expecting this.
Jeremiah, what would your answer be?
Yeah.
Hayden Christensen is so dreamy, dude. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
So, what would your answer be, sweetie?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was looking at my brother's response, and it's in all caps. So I feel awful because honestly, I would not pick Hayden Christensen.
Really? Oh, dang.
Yeah. I really like Adam Driver as an actor, but I don't know. Hayden Christensen didn't really do it for me. I think it was the awkwardness with him and
It's
Padme.
the sand. It's all about the sand.
Ruined him.
It gets everywhere. Yeah.
Well, not to mention, there's that one scene, and I still think this is the worst scene, the weirdest scene in that whole movie.
This is why Andrew doesn't like him. By the way, this is what he's trying
it's the scene where he's staring at her and they're in the room, and she's like, "Don't look at me like that," and he's like what? And he like keeps staring at her. She turns around and he keeps staring at her, and all I can think of is like, "Honey, you need to call the police. This is bad." Anyways, yeah, it was bad.
Stephanie, who would you have to pick? Hayden Christensen or Adam Driver for a crush?
Oh my gosh. So I'm going to agree with McKay on this one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, now the question that I have for Andrew and Drew.
You can ask the same question.
Is it going to be Carrie Fisher, Natalie Portman, or Daisy Ridley? Oh, they're. Oh. Andrew's really nervous.
I don't really want to answer.
Well, they had the answer for their crush, so
I would choose Natalie Portman.
Yeah, as a kid, before I was married, Natalie Portman.
That's what I was.
And once I was married and saw Ray, I never even thought about it. So.
Really, Ray is so pretty though.
But but Natalie though, as a kid,
choose Ray.
Yeah.
Okay, but as a kid, Natalie was everyone's.
Yeah, I mean, I had a crush. I mean, to be fair, like when Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith were coming out, I was in like, I don't know, 5th, 6th, 7th grade or something like that. So if I remember correctly, pretty sure I had a huge crush on her.
Yeah, as a little kid, I was like, Anakin's lucky. But I also thought he was creepy, so that was good. That's good.
Yeah,
I caught that.
Really weird. I didn't catch hardly any of that as a kid, but I go back and watch it as an adult, and I'm like, oh my. Oh,
I caught it. I thought it was awkward then. But that could be because my mom was saying that was awkward, so maybe that helped.
Yeah. If Mom says it's awkward.
It's awkward.
It's awkward. We had another question: R2 or 3PO?
Ooh. They have so many different, like, what? The thing is, C-3PO, he only has really one useful function.
Really?
You take that back, you dirty dog.
All he can do is translate. What else is he gonna do?
He walks,
he tells you
things.
He also tells you the ratios for everything.
Yeah, he has the odds.
Don't tell me the odds. I don't care.
Boo.
Okay.
Boo.
I'm gonna go with R2. Like R2 could have his own show. I feel like if they put subtitles, So
Ooh, that'd be cool.
we knew all the sassy stuff that he was saying because R2's real sassy. I
He
can just
is.
tell.
I don't know. Chopper might be more sassy though.
Well, yes, but this isn't about Chopper right now.
I had forgotten about Chopper.
He's
I'm glad I
aggressive.
Like you can
remembered him
tell
now.
that they took someone, took actual voices. It was actually Dave Filoni who voiced Chopper.
Yeah.
And like you know for a fact that he like said R-rated stuff, and they just translated it into. But Stephanie,
Oh, I would choose C3PO
Oh, why is that?
because I want to be like him. I want to be smart. I want to. I feel like they don't give him enough credit that he cares for all of the characters.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
for sure.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Like they make him like annoying and humorous, but actually is like, he actually does care for all the characters.
Is that why he always gives us the odds?
And he talks. So if I was to choose between being one of them, I would be, 3PO because I would want to talk and walk.
And be tall.
Yeah. For sure.
Oh dang, shots fired. But any other questions in the chat?
No, but I have one.
Oh.
Sith or Jedi?
Ooh.
Gray Jedi is not an option. You have to. No, I'm sorry. You have to pick a side.
See, you had to say that for McKay, and so he's like, wait, what? What's a gray Jedi?
There's a thing.
Technically, there's not a thing, but it is kind of thing. But,
And then we actually have another question after this too.
okay.
The chat. Thank you, chat. You're doing a great job.
Yeah. Also, real quick about the chat. How come when we put two ladies on the screen, our count chat has doubled in size?
Yeah, that's kind of messed up, y'all.
Yeah, come
Are
on,
we not good
guys.
enough?
Are we... Just dots, dot, dot is what we're getting there. Okay.
All right.
Sith or Jedi, what would you rather be a part of?
This is really hard because I think Andrew would say that I'm a Sith.
I was going to say, you should ask us what we think they should be part of.
Yeah, Andrew would say that about me too.
Yeah, but Jedi. Yeah.
Jedi. All right.
It's like
Stephanie?
I want to be a Jedi, but deep down I know I'm a Sith.
Wow.
Oh.
Like I truly know that.
Makes sense.
Makes
What was the
sense.
other question in the chat?
Makes sense.
We have two. We have two now.
Oh,
All right.
They're cranking them out. Who shot first?
Ooh.
Han or Greedo? This is something that I am almost
Who shot
certain you
first?
probably haven't thought about.
Really?
Wait, what?
Who shot first? I don't...
Well, okay. Let's go over the options.
You don't think I know?
Han, Greedo, or both at the same time. Those are the three versions that we
Well, we
get.
know one of those is definitely
Okay,
wrong.
so to explain to them, there's been multiple edits of A New Hope, and in all three edits, all three of these options have happened. So
Yeah,
which
that's true.
which edit is the one that you prefer? Do you prefer Han shooting first, Greedo shooting first, or both at the same time? And you probably still don't really care.
I'm gonna go with Han
Ooh.
because I feel like he doesn't hesitate.
Yeah.
He just does it.
Is that your answer too?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Oh, so stressed.
Another question we have: favorite ship?
Ooh, we haven't even done this one yet in our. It's on
Jeremiah,
the
write that
docket.
down. Write that down. That was Tanner. Thank you for giving us a new podcast idea.
Favorite ship, huh?
I know yours.
You do? Oh,
we-
yeah.
I think
that's
we
fair.
know Drew's too.
Yeah.
Actually,
That's fair. What is mine?
Boba Fett ship.
Which is named
Oh.
Dang, I forgot.
Slave One.
Oh, Slave One. I feel like I had nothing. Oh yeah, no. What
you have
is
one?
my favorite ship? I feel like I only know one.
Which is
Okay.
The Millennium Falcon.
Mine is the Ghost.
Oh.
Why is it the ghost? The shape or?
Yeah. I
Okay.
like it's kind of compact. And
Because Hera
I feel like
flies
it just makes sense.
It makes sense that it's compact.
Yeah, like it has like
flying.
5. It's like a 4-story house. I feel like.
Yeah, it's like a flying tiny home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
But it's only as good as it is because Hera is the pilot, and she's like one of the best pilots in all of Star
True.
Wars stuff. So
Stephanie, were you saying the Millennium Falcon?
Yeah, that's the only ship I know. Besides Andrew's
Slave One.
slave one that he
It's a
talks
good
about.
one.
Yeah, I talk about it a lot. Cause it's cool.
it is.
Fine, the Death Star.
Because
That's your favorite? The Death
Ooh,
Star?
Death Star, is that considered a ship?
Right? Is that considered a
Because
ship?
it does fly through hyperspace.
so we know it's no moon.
True.
Yes.
They technically call it a space station, but,
But
it does. Yeah,
travel.
you're right. It does travel.
That's a
I mean,
hard
if
one.
someone has to pilot it, sure. You know, like a hot dog's technically a sandwich.
No, it's not. If a hot dog is a sandwich, then cereal is soup. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, everyone.
Okay.
It's getting heated.
I'm so sorry, everyone. Dang, Jeremiah, you got in on that real quick.
You can tell that he's had this conversation before.
Like he's in the bathroom getting ready in the mornings. He looks at himself. He's just, hot dog is not a sandwich. He just points at himself in the mirror.
Question is, ravioli the same as a Pop-Tart?
No, because ravioli has a sauce that you put on top. You don't put a sauce on.
Yeah, you can't
a
have
Pop-Tart.
ravioli without the sauce.
That's not true. You can eat it.
No.
I mean, yeah, but it's wrong.
So it's
Oh,
not.
I'm sorry.
okay.
The
I'm sorry. That
closest-
came off a little strong. I
The
apologize.
closest you could get to ravioli would be a toaster strudel because you have to put the frosting on the outside. So
Ooh.
that would be like a close like.
But I feel like it's not sealed the same as a Pop-Tart.
That is true.
Well, anyways.
Clone
Vla-
Wars or Rebels?
Well, I
Clone
don't.
Wars.
She.
Dude, they're so close for me though.
I feel like
Wait,
she
like, are
actually
you serious?
hasn't.
You like Clone Wars more than Rebel? Oh man.
I don't think Stephanie's actually finished Rebels or Clone Wars.
Actually, I love the animation of Clone Wars.
That's
I
fair.
really love Rebels, like the story. I think it's fantastic, and they are very close. But if it was in the same style of animation, I think I'd probably love it more.
Right.
That was the one complaint everyone had
Oh, really?
was the animation.
Yeah, but towards the end, you forget about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the first
grows
season,
on you.
it's kind of lame, but it gets better and better, and you just kind of forget about it. The only big issue with the animation in Rebels is the lightsaber.
That was a callback to Ralph McQuarrie.
Okay. But still, it's when you compare it to all the other lightsabers in Star
Yeah.
Wars, it just looks different, so it sticks out. So
All right.
That's fair.
I have the final question for you guys.
oh,
Is it the one in the chat?
Yes.
Okay.
oh,
What Empire or Rebels?
oh, what side of the galactic civil
Oh
war?
no, that's not the final question. Hold on.
Well, that is a question in the chat if you go up.
Oh,
Ooh.
I missed that one.
So would you be a rebel or would you be part of the Empire?
Oh, Empire. Empire Radio, that's why we're here.
Oh,
Right.
oh,
That's a valid point. Actually.
Oh,
I feel like I would say that, but I'm a huge rebel at heart, and
Ooh.
so I think I'd totally be part of the rebellion. Like
But
any reason to.
would you be like on the front lines fighting in an X-wing, or would you be like,
Oh.
you know, the IT person back
No.
at base?
No,
You would not be in an X-wing.
No, I am.
Dang, are you
definitely,
saying she
like,
can't drive?
No, I'm saying she's clumsy.
Oh.
not wrong, but I'd be more of like the diplomat or the political person.
Yeah.
The one
The
giving
Mon
all
Mothma
speeches.
of.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Giving the direction. I'm really good at that.
Mon Mothma or Haldo from what direction would you?
Oh.
Just kidding. We'll go on the next one. But Stephanie said she would be the Empire side, so we have a.
I love their outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're sleek.
Yeah.
They are.
They're sleek. Okay, so I would say we have two more. The first is favorite clone.
Ooh. The question: Does Boba Fett count?
No,
No?
not
Ooh.
No.
not for this example.
Wait, favorite
Okay.
clone person or favorite like outfit?
Per-
Like
well,
version
character.
of clones.
Like
I would say person.
person,
Oh.
like Rex or Cody.
I mean,
or
you and I.
Vibes.
I mean, the three of us could have a conversation about the armor, but
well,
let's be
that's
real.
what I thought because Stephanie has never seen clones. So she doesn't know
Oh, gotcha.
individual clones.
That's okay. McKay could give her answer.
Just say Rex, and that'll be the correct answer. Stephanie.
You can say, I approve of Jeremiah's answer for you, Rex.
Which it wasn't fives. Was it 99?
Yes.
Ooh,
Ooh.
She loves 99.
that is a tearjerker
Yes.
story. We can't talk about it because I might start crying. So
Okay.
I have so many. There's so many great memes where it's like, this is where boys cried, and it's like a scene from The Notebook. It's like, this is where men cried, and it's them shouting him in that scene.
oh god.
Okay, so final question. Someone asked, what is the nerdiest Star Wars thing your husbands have done?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Oh, that's really good.
From your perspective, I'm not going to make that reference. I thought about it. I'm going to pass.
While they're thinking, I'm gonna give the story that Andrew told that was nerdy about him that was an insult towards him. So when you did the Bad Batch thing, when you're playing a guitar and you used that helmet,
Yeah.
Micaiah was like, "Oh, you finally got a use for that helmet that you spent all that money on," or something like that. That was one of my favorite Star Wars stories.
Yeah, my
for this
birthday
podcast.
money that I didn't have any obligations for.
birthday money? Were you 10?
No, I'm an adult that
I still get
likes
gift
to
cards
splurge.
for.
Yeah, likes to splurge sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. He has done so many things. I mean, being on a Star Wars podcast is pretty nerdy, I would say. He has Star Wars underwear.
Oh.
Hey yo!
Boxers or briefs?
Both, actually.
Oh!
Hey, we're gonna do this is a tell all.
Hold on. I want to point out that I didn't pick them out.
Oh no, I did.
So before, gosh darn it! So before we tell everyone, Andrew has Star Wars underwear. It's not like I'm going through freaking Target looking for Star Wars underwear.
I like the first version of that a lot better, though, that you were.
But I would say probably to top it all, his senior recital of his music program being a Star Wars medley, and it was freaking awesome.
It was
so good.
I've listened to that a lot of times. It's really good.
It was. I want to say my favorite musical moment I think I've had ever on the guitar.
That's cool.
Doing that. So, yeah, for those of you that don't know, it was an 8-minute medley where we did like a funk version of the Cantina theme. So, for those of you that like the Wesley Andrews ad that we still haven't done yet in this episode,
Oh Lord.
the Cantina, like the funk Cantina thing underneath that is actually the audio for my recital. So we did that, and then we did a few of the other motifs. But I got to end my music degree playing the title crawl theme for Star Wars. So a nice way to end my degree.
So Stephanie, what's the nerdiest Star Wars thing Drew has done?
This room.
Yeah,
room
if
we're
you're
in?
watching this room. I also feel like we threw Andrew a Star Wars Golden Birthday. We also, there's no we. He made me also dress up for Halloween. I feel like Andrew does a lot of nerdy Star Wars things, like this podcast too. What is the nerdiest thing? I feel like that's
Just his whole life. That's just the one
that's
thing.
his whole life, literally, like making us go to Hollywood Studios and chasing Ray
Hey, I did
and the
not do that.
stormtroopers and
I'm sorry, you chased Ray?
No.
yeah, he's like, she's going over here. Let's go over there. She's going over there. Maybe we'll meet Kylo Ren. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Or probably when we walked into Galaxy's Edge for the first time and I was crying.
Yeah, pretty that.
That's fair.
And
Oh,
saying, we
God.
need to build a droid. We need to build a lightsaber. We need to buy all the lightsabers.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Is that all the
Yeah.
questions from the chat?
Yeah, I think that's good for now.
All right.
If you guys are wondering, this is a photo of that moment. Which you guys will have to go back and see.
Which I
later.
didn't understand a lot of people's comment when they said, aren't you too short to be a stormtrooper?
She didn't get it at the time.
I
Oh,
didn't
that's
get it.
hilarious, actually.
And then when we watched it again, I was like, oh, that's why everyone said that to me.
And then last week, we learned that Luke was almost basically a midget in the movie.
Yeah,
The
originally,
original-
he
the
would've
original
been-
Luke.
Yeah.
Like a
Did you know
midget.
that? He was going to be a midget character.
Mm-hmm.
And they kept that line, aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper, in as a homage to. Yeah. Anyways. Well, it's worth noting that today's episode was sponsored and is sponsored by Wesley Andrews Coffee and Tea. We don't have to play the whole ad right now, but if you're a recurring listener, you know it and you love it. So head over to wesleyandrews.cc if you want to get 50% off your first coffee subscription purchase with the code Empire15. No. There's so
Empire
many
Radio.
codes. Empire Radio. I'm sorry, capital E, capital R.
And it's noted that if you also want to hear that ad, just go listen to the podcast version, or Tanner will type it out for you. Andrew's here.
In the chat every single
chat.
time.
So,
All right. Well, any final thoughts?
Nope, we should do this again sometime. Maybe next.
Yeah, this is
Valentine's.
fun. I had a lot of fun doing this.
Maybe next year, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Now we have 2 yearly things. We have the holiday special.
No,
Yes.
we have not
No.
agreed to that yet.
Jeremiah.
every year, dude,
I'm sorry.
we should combine
I'm
them
sorry,
next year
I'm
and
at-
have our
I'm
wives
at
watch
work.
it with us live,
listen.
Andrew.
Jeremiah.
Oh, if the wives
The
are
vote-
there, we
the
can
vote,
do it.
The vote goes to the I, and I am calling myself the I for this one.
Wow, that's aggressive.
Yeah.
And
doing
that's a reference to
Light of the
the
Jedi.
Light of the Jedi. just
Sorry.
for
Which
those
he
that
gets
I-
because he actually read that book.
The only Star Wars book ever.
Yep.
Anyways, so we have the Valentine's Day special, and now, or the holiday special, and now the Valentine's Day special.
We
So,
could combine them though, and watch them together live.
We could. I'd be down.
I don't think Stephanie would actually enjoy that movie at all, but
No
Who
one
knows what
enjoys
would
watching
happen.
it.
All right. Well, go check out Wesley Andrews. Go check out the Empire Radio social medias that I mentioned at the beginning. Please, if you want to continue this discussion with us, join the Discord. And like I mentioned, if you want to join a stream, we stream this. You get to see our faces. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but you definitely get to see our reactions to one another. And that, I think it's worth it most of the time. So head over to twitch.tv/Empire Radio Tuesday nights, 9 Eastern, 8 Central. My wife was doing the rabbit ear thing, so that's why I stopped for a second, because I had to figure out what she was doing. All right. Well, you have been listening to another episode of the Empire Radio Podcast. I'm Andrew.
I'm Micaiah.
I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Drew.
And I'm Stephanie.
And may the Force be with you.
Always.